welcome back to my channel. My name's Helen and today I've got a bit of a different TBR video for you than I normally do. Today I won't be playing my TBR game, Scrabble TBR. I will be playing Getting Away with Murder TBR game. That was the invention of Danielle from Booktubers. I will link her channel below. Every month she plays a TBR game that's inspired by Cluedo in the UK or Clue in the US, and she does rolls and she has different prompt cards in the different rooms, and sometimes she rolls a dice and it's like a little magnifying glass, and then she picks books that she's picked for on a list. So I asked her if she'd do it for me this time. I asked her if she would pick 6 books for me, and that's what she's done. So shortly you will see her video and I will let you know the picks that I've picked based on the prompts that she produced. Then I am also taking part in Believathon next month, which is why Cara, on the prompt cards that she put in each room of that game, are Believathon prompts. So that's how I'm getting those prompts in. Then I am also taking part in the long distance relationship readathon that is hosted by Chloe at Chloe Reads Books. There are 5 prompts for that. And then I am also taking part, as I always do, in the Royal Readathon. This time it's a fairy edition, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I've got my notes down there. 6 prompts for that. So altogether, I will have a TBR of 17 books. Whether I'll get through that many, I don't know, but we will see. So without further ado, I'm going to pass over to Danielle and let her do the first roll.
Hey Helen, it's Danielle. Thanks so much for choosing to play my TBR game, Getting Away with Murder, for November. As we discussed, I have replaced my prompt cards with the Believathon prompts, and so let's roll and see what you get. So first we will roll to see which character you are playing as. 6. You will be Professor Plum. Okay, roll number 1. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 1, 2, 3. Your first prompt is, on and on the story goes, read it quick or decompose. Read a long book.
So for read a long book, I have decided to go with One True King by Soman Chainani. As some of you may know, in October I carried on with that series and read A Crystal of Time. I gave it 5 stars. So One Tree King is the last book in that series. One Tree King. I sound like I was going to say One Tree Hill. I love that show. One True King is the 6th and final book in that series. So I am so excited to get on and read that this month, because I waited a long time between the 4th book and the 5th book, and I kept having to try and jog my memory of what had gone on. So yeah, One Tree King, Soman Chainani. The last book was about 600 and odd pages, so I'm assuming that one's quite similar. I haven't looked. I'm going to get it out from the library. So yeah, One True King by Soman Chainani.
I'm going for book 2. Ooh, we got doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, upside down. Prompt 2. When the ink fills pen and pen fills page, the images will last an age. Read a book that has illustrations.
So for read a book with illustrations, I've decided to carry on with another series, which is the Wizards of Once series, and this one's Knock 3 Times by Cressida Cowell. It's been a long time since I've read the first 2, and I really need to. I think there's 4 in this series, so I've not got far to go. Definitely got illustrations in, so yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Grateful to be carrying on with another series.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We welcome you home. We welcome you to Happily, the newest addition to my bookish family. Read your most recent purchase.
I have had a lot of new books come in, so I just picked one of the most recent middle grades that I had ordered in, and so for my most recent purchase I'm going for Frost Heart. This is the third book in the series by Jamie Littler. I cannot wait to read this. I'm quite surprised that I've managed to hold off for this long because it come early October. However, Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin was one of the people who got me into this series, so it seemed only right to save it for Believathon. And so yeah, this is my most recent middle grade. Well, the Christmasaurus and the, what's it called? Christmasaurus and the Naughty List actually is the most recent one. But because I've started reading the Christmasaurus books with Sophie and I'm thinking we're going to end up reading that one in December, I didn't want to put it on for November and then never get to it. So yeah, Frost Heart. I think the other two have been 5 stars. I'm pretty sure they have, so I'm hoping this one's a 5-star too.
Okay. Oh, we got a clue card. And for your clue card, I drew Wondersmith.
Yes, Wondersmith has been on my list for a long time. Yet another series I need to finish. I've got it on Audible in audiobook, so I really need to get listening to that. I have Holopocks on my list and I cannot read this one, which was gifted to me by Mel from a book fiend named Mel. I cannot read that one until I've listened to Wondersmith. So I'm glad that Wondersmith came up as the clue book because I really need to get to it.
11. We're going to take the secret passage. By the force of a patient heart, a lifetime to wait before you can start. Read an anticipated book.
So for read an anticipated book, I have gone for The Strange Worlds Travel Agency, The Edge of the Ocean. Actually, this came as a signed copy, which I wasn't expecting, by LD Lipinski, so I'm excited about that. Read the first one in the series, really enjoyed it, and I just need to. This one I've had on my shelf for a long time. I pre-ordered it from Water. This is the problem. I'm pre-ordering books and then I'm not reading them when they come, so they're no longer pre-order. So what was the point in pre-ordering them? So I need to get on it. So another series to continue.
And we're going for your 6th and final book. 10. We got doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flash of lightning, a terror once told, a scream in the night makes your blood run cold. Read a scary book.
I don't have a lot of scary books. However, Nikki, who I work with at the library, suggested one called Zombierella that she'd just finished. It's got zombies in it. There are gravestones on it. There are cats and ghosts, cat ghosts, even better. And on the back it says, my heart has stopped, but I'm not shocked. No blood in my veins, but I feel quite sane. No breath from my lips, but I'm not frightened. I'm intrigued. I'm excited. And there's like a skeleton horse on the back, and so that's giving scary vibes. I know because it's a middle grade it probably won't be that scary, but I don't really have any scary middle grades, so I'm going with this one.
Okay, Helen, so I have drawn 3 of the prompts to put inside the case file. I am going to put them here now. I know what they are, but you do not. When you are ready to know what they are, please let me know. Good luck with your reading in November. I hope you are happy with the prompts that you got, and I can't wait to see how you do.
So thank you, Danielle, for doing this for me. When I am finished this month, I'm going to get in touch with her and she will show me if I've won my game or not. So keep watching in future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that in my videos, but subscribe so that you can see when I update you whether I've won the game of Getting Away with Murder or not. So I'm going to move on now to the long distance relationship readathon, as I said, which is hosted by Chloe at Chloe Reads Books. She has got 5 prompts and they're quite broad, so that's really good. So if you're looking for a readathon that's not too specific and you can just low-key take part in, that's a good one to go with. So for the first prompt, she's got FaceTime because that's how her and Cole stay in touch a lot of the time. So it's read a book recommended by a friend. Now I've decided to go again with something that Nikki recommended to me. If you remember, she recommended the Penny Jolson books to me. I read one in October that was called I Have No Secrets for the Scary Readathon. It was my group book that I chose for my team, Team Eek. And I loved it so much, I gave it 5 stars, so I thought I'm going to go for another one in that series. That was talking about a girl who could not speak or converse with anybody. This one is talking about a girl who cannot see. So it says, Libby loves going out with her guide dog Samson and taking photos, but she sometimes wishes she could be more independent. The day that a boy gives her a secret note changes everything. No one thinks there is anything to worry about, but the boy is in danger, and Libby is the only person who can solve the mystery. So again, another one with disability rep. A lot of Penny Jolson's books are like that. So the other one was 5 stars, hoping this one's 5 stars. Really excited for that one. The next prompt is, because there are 3,924 miles between where Chloe lives in the UK and where Cole lives in America, she's set a prompt to read a book set in a different country. Now this is perfect for me because, for those of you who don't know, I run the Eurovisionathon book club. Well, I run the Eurovisionathon readathon every April-May time alongside Eurovision. But then we decided to run a book club. We've been doing it since July and it's been very well received, and we've really been enjoying taking part in that. So for November, the book is The Sisters of the Winterwood by Rena Rosner. This is for the country of the Ukraine. If you haven't read it and want to, by all means join along with us. You can look at the announcement video where I tell you a bit more about it. We do have a Discord, so if you want to join in that, ask me for the Discord link and you can very much get involved there. Follow the Eurovisionathon Twitter to find out more about Eurovisionathon, the Readathon. And so yeah, this worked perfectly because the basis of the Eurovisionathon book club is to read a book from the countries of the Eurovision Song Contest. And like I said, so far we've done Italy, France, Switzerland and Iceland, and now we're doing the Ukraine. So this worked perfectly. The next prompt was the reunion prompt. The thing that Sophie, that's my daughter, the thing that Chloe is not my daughter, the thing that Chloe is looking forward to the most when she thinks about being reunited with Cole is that reunion at the airport. So for this prompt, it's read a 5-star prediction. I have decided to go with The Toll by Neil Shusterman. This is the last book in a series. I'm doing a lot of series here and I am made up to be getting through them. I've been taking part in the Scythe-along run by Becca, Ashley and Rachel. We have great discussions each month on the YouTube live to talk about these books. And this is the last one that we need to talk about. But the live show is sometime early November. I want to say the 10th, but that date could move. So I need to do this early on in November. But I am so excited to take part in this. I read the first one, Scythe, was so over enamoured with it and gave it 5 stars that I recommended it to my uncle. And because it's his birthday coming up in December, I bought him the box set before his birthday, give it to him, and he is already whizzing through the first one. So I cannot recommend these books enough. So yeah, dystopian, which I didn't think I'd want to go with. I remember reading The Handmaid's Tale at college and finding that really disturbing. But there's just something about this book, it really appealed to me and I'm glad I read them. So yeah, The Toll by Neil Shusterman. The fourth prompt for the long distance relationship readathon is Chloe and Cole send a lot of email to each other of snacks from where they live, and yeah, it costs a lot of money but it's worth it because it's just a lovely thing for them to do to keep in touch with each other. So this prompt was to read a gifted book, and I decided to pick up the Soundtrack to My Life by Dermot O'Leary. I asked my sister, well, I give my sister my wish list at Christmas time, and she picked this one off it, and I'm so excited. It's basically Dermot O'Leary talking about music tracks that have meant things throughout his life and why they mean so much to him. I'm just really interested to read a book like that. So there's that one. I've just closed my book on what I was talking about, so bear with me. How annoying. the last prompt, I can't even remember it off the top of my head, because unfortunately there has been a travel ban in place for a long time. So Chloe and Cole have not seen each other for a really long time. Because of that travel ban, she wanted people to read a feel-good or comforting book. So for that one, I picked a book that I recently picked up because of the title and because it was about £2 on Amazon. The Borough, A Bookshop Holiday by Kylie Dunbar. I just thought that was a great idea. Imagine just being able to go and work in a bookshop just for a short period of time. How lovely that would be. It says, surrounded by books, can Jude find her own happy ending? Jude Crowley has a broken heart. After leaving her cheating boyfriend, she decides to go solo on the non-refundable holiday, running at a tiny bookshop in the Devon Harbour village of Clove Law. I do believe there are places that you can go and do this. There's just one problem. 6 foot tall, brooding, gorgeous Elliot has also reserved the bookshop holiday for 2 weeks. As Jude and Elliot put their differences aside to run the bookshop, June finds herself falling for more than just words, until she discovers what Elliot is running from and why he's hiding out in Clove Law. Could this be Jude's romantic ending, or will there be a final twist in the tale? How comforting and feel good does that sound? Great romance, bookshops, can't beat it. So yeah, that's my comfort read. So there are all the prompts for the long distance readathon, relationship readathon run by Chloe at Chloe Reads Books. Go and check out her announcement video. She's also done the TBR video. Go and check that out. So the next readathon, the third and final readathon that I'm taking part in November, is the Royal Readathon, which I take part in every time that there is one. Sometimes they do multiple ones a year. It is run by Becca Fowle, and then her friend Liv, who now has her own YouTube channel. So I will link the two of their channels below. Like I said, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 prompts for this. So for the Tinkerbell prompt, the prompt is to reread a book. So I have decided to reread one of my favourite books, Forever Liesl, My Sound of Music story by Charmian Carr. Sadly, Charmian Carr died quite a few years ago now, but she played Liesl in The Sound of Music. I love that film. I even went on our first abroad holiday. Me and Andy, when we got together, went to Austria, and we did the Sound of Music tour while we were there, and we visited lots of places to do with the movie. This has got pictures from the movie in, pictures from premieres and stuff in. So yeah, I've read this book quite a lot of times, so a nice reread will be just the ticket. The next prompt is the Flora prompt, which is to read a book with a beautiful cover. I need to read this month in order to join in finally with the Lunar Along. I'd read all the books up till where they were up to, apart from November's book, which is Winter. This is run actually by Danielle at Bookara and some other YouTubers, but I can't remember who's involved. So I will link Danielle's channel below, and you will see some of the live shows and things, and you can find them that way. They do have a Discord as well, which I'm part of. So I am dying to read Winter. Look at the size of that book. It is 823 pages long. This is going to be fun when I'm trying to read one that could be 600 pages long, but it's basically a retelling of, a loose retelling of Snow White, but there's a running story that started with Cinder and worked through. Is this the 4th or 5th book? I mean, there's some novellas in the middle. I still need to read First. I might do that one as well, yeah. But yeah, Winter by Marissa Meyer. Looking forward to that. The next one is Fauna, read a book with a fixer-upper. A lot of people were confused about what a fixer-upper meant in a book. I mean, a fixer-upper, for me, maybe I'm showing my age, is when somebody buys a house that's a fixer-upper because you need to do a lot of stuff with it. But in terms of this, it's a fixer-upper character, so a character that could do with some fixing up. So I've decided to go with this cruddy copy from Music Magpie that I got of One of Us is Lying. I just want to get it read and get it out the house. It's hit and miss with Music Magpie. I've had mixed books from them. But because this is kind of like a Breakfast Club type book, I thought, well, there will probably be characters in there that, you know, are bad and then come good. So that's by Karen M. McManus. It says, a geek, a jock, a criminal, a princess, a murder, who would you believe? One of his lines up. Yeah, so hoping there's a fixer-upper character in that one. For Merryweather, I am going for, the prompt is Book with a Disagreement, and I am going for The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Another one that I pre-ordered off Waterstones I never got round to. And I'm sure it's been on a TBR before. I don't know why I haven't picked it up because I really do want to read it. It's basically a girl finds out that she's been put forward to inherit some money from an old gentleman who's died. The family are a bit confused as to why she's been kind of put forward to receive some inheritance, and then they have to solve these riddles in order to get the inheritance, I think. But I'm assuming that there will be a disagreement in this if the family, there's family and then there's a stranger who's come in who can get this inheritance. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking there'll be a disagreement in that book. And then there is Genie, so the genie from Aladdin, read a book with a found family. I've decided to go with this book that I picked up from the library recently called The Group by Lara Fago, because it's about a group of friends, and often people's family friends are family that they choose for themselves, so that can be a found family. It says the five of them, Stella, Pris, Kay, Helena and Polly, met at university, their lives full of lazy afternoons and late nights. Friendship seemed simple, and there was such pleasure in the endless task and in just living alongside each other. Now the women are turning 40 and they're finding that a shared past can sometimes be a burden. They're all struggling to navigate the ways in which their lives have differed from the hopes they had for themselves and for each other. In the past, solidarity came easily, but now they compare lovers, husbands, jobs, children and sofas, asking how the choices they've made or failed to make hold up. So then I thought, well, actually, that sounds a lot like there could be disagreements in that. This one, if she ends up befriending the family, that can be found family. So yeah, I'm not too worried about not being able to fulfill the prompts with those ones. And then the final prompt for the Royal Readathon Fairy Edition is read a book with a classic storyline. I've decided to go with a thriller for this. It's very much the police can't seem to solve this case. They don't believe the people who have suggested that they know what's going on, and so people take it upon themselves to try and fix the murder. This sounds very much like a similar storyline to the Thursday Murder Club. I actually think this one might have come out first, but this is a writer that I've heard of before, Robert Thorogood. I've read many of his books because he's the creator of the Death in Paradise series, which you may have seen on telly, but he's wrote the books. The book storylines are different to the shows. So this one says, it says Agatha Christie with a modern twist, but that's by the Sun, so take a leave whether you believe that. To solve an impossible murder, you need an impossible hero. 77-year-old Judith Potts is blissfully happy. She lives alone in a faded mansion in Milo, sets crosswords for the Times, and there's no man in her life to tell her what to do or how much whiskey to drink. One evening, while out swimming in the Thames, Judith witnesses a brutal murder. When the local police don't believe her story, Judith and two unlikely friends decide to investigate for themselves. Together they are the Milo Murder Club. But soon another body turns up, and it seems that a real-life serial killer is at work. Now the puzzle they set out to solve has become a trap from which they might never escape. So yeah, the Milo Murder Club, some puzzles can be fatal. So, can I lift this? Like I said, 17 books. One's an audio book. I don't think I've got any ebooks. I'm going to do them in two parts. So we've got these, all of those, and we've got all of those. So like I say, I doubt all 17 are going to be read, but what I like is I'm finding I'm getting a bit of readathon and TBR fatigue at the moment. But what I thought about this one was that if I've got a shelf full of 17 books, it's kind of like a mini library where I can just select the ones I want to read at the time, which is why I've said that I'm low-key taking part in the readathons, because as much as I'd love to read every single prompt, both readathons, I've given the impression that even if you read one, you've achieved in that readathon, which is lovely. So I want to say a massive thank you to Danielle for allowing me to play her TBR game, for filming it for me, for coming up with the idea to use the Believathon prompts for the prompts in her game, because she knew I wanted to take part in that. And then obviously highlighting Chloe from Chloe Reads Books for the long distance relationship readathon, and Becca and Liv for the Royal Readathon Fairy Edition, made up to be taking part in all of these. Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin for Believathon, and wish me luck with these. Like I said, I was going to do Scrabble and Getting Away with Murder, but then I thought, well, not only I'm then trying to pick out letters and then look for the prompts, and I thought it's just making it more complicated for myself and I just don't need it. So there's enough to be getting on with in this month. I may cut out the Believathon prompt cards from my compendium that I bought, and if I'm getting a bit fed up, might shuffle them and go randomly to the library using the prompt card that I select and picking a book for that. And I may film that, and I may do vlogs for November. I don't know, but that is my November TBR. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like this video. If you want to see how I get on with these books in wrap-ups and finding out if I won the game of Getting Away with Murder, please subscribe to the channel and you can see future videos from me. So thank you for watching, and I will speak soon. Bye.